Welcome to the next Truth and Fiction video. Today I'll be covering the film Josie and the Pussycats. First off, I want to point out that I would not have even thought of watching this film if it wasn't for an article I read by the website Vigilant Citizen. I'll provide a link to it below. While this film looks like your basic teenage girl movie, there's really a lot of important stuff in here. The main subject brought up in this film is mind control. The movie opens with a boy band named Du Jour. If you remember the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, you will notice that this young teenage girl crowd is not an exaggeration.
Straight up love them. Like brothers.
Coming through the waiting up for love you for sure. Lying on your bed staring up at the moon. You got me crazy, gotta love you soon. I'm your bad boy.
Okay, you get the idea. Anyways, the band ends up jumping on their private jet and has a talk with their producer, whom they have something important to talk about.
Well, we were like working on some remixes of the last single, right? And we heard like a really strange background track, and we were wondering whether or not you knew what it was all about.
Gee, I've no idea what that was.
Where did it come from?
I mean, why? We just want some answers.
The answers I will provide. I'll be right back.
So after the band begins to question things, they are immediately disposed of. I mentioned in the introduction that any celebrity with the eyes and ears of the public has to be completely controlled because they have the ability to influence the masses. As I mentioned, this is the kind of power that they cannot afford to let get out of hand. Another important note is how the band was taken out by plane crash. I'll provide a link to a Wikipedia page on important people who have died this way, and you'll see that something is seriously wrong. Another thing you'll notice about this movie is the blatant product placement everywhere in the film and as a running gag. One of the main symbols that is placed everywhere is the logo for Target. This logo is also a symbol for the sun and a symbol for Amun-Ra, the sun god, who goes by a few other names as well. None of the advertising was paid promotion, so in one hand it's a joke, in another hand there's sun symbolism completely everywhere.
Hi, I'm Serena Altschul with MTV News. We have just received a confirmed report that the members of the pop sensation Du Jour disappeared in their private jet today. Du Jour's label, Mega Records, has yet to release a statement, but they have released a limited edition commemorative box set, complete with a CD-ROM history of Du Jour in stores tomorrow.
Those poor boys. Man, that is so sad. It can all be over in a flash. I know. But at least they had a record deal.
And these are the Pussycats, the main characters of the movie and currently a girl rock group looking for a record deal. Next we find out how some of the subliminal messaging is working.
I live for these pink shoes. Yeah, they are so much cooler than our red shoes. You guys, pink is the new red.
No, wait. Play this. It's the new single from Du Jour. Recorded just a few days ago, before the disappearance. I'd really like to test the reaction. Right on.
Yeah, orange shoes are so much cooler than these stupid pink shoes. You guys, orange is the new pink. Yeah!
I am sick of my Reebok sweats. I need some Puma sweats. I gotta buy a 6-pack of Zima. Dude, you don't drink.
Think I should start.
Yes, I think they responded to that very well, actually.
I think that song sucks. I plug my ears when crap like that comes on.
Really? Well, everybody else seemed to like it.
It's just because they're mindless drones who will gobble up anything you tell them is cool.
I see. Wow, you're a real free thinker, aren't you?
A real nonconformist. I'm so interested to hear what else you have to say.
Well, first of all, I don't understand what
Gosh, that's fascinating.
Get your ass back here with a band.
So the producer is now looking for a new band to replace Du Jour. Of course, as luck would have it, he runs into the Pussycats.
I speak on behalf of everyone at the label when I say that we'd love for you to sign with Mega Records.
Even before the band releases their first CD, Mega Records is already advertising their name and making changes.
Welcome. I'm sure you're wondering why Agent Kelly and the United States government would be so interested in what appears to be a record company. Well, I'm about to show you why.
I'm gonna play this whole 4-minute clip because it really blew my mind how accurate it portrays this portion of the media industry. Also notice that this elevator is taking them downward, possibly a reference to deep underground military bases.
This is what our operation really does.
Blue is the new orange.
This is where it starts. The fads, the fashions, the product placement. From this command center, we control the most influential demographic of the entire population. We decide everything, from what clothes are in style to what slang is in vogue.
Feathered tank tops, matching pants, kind of a Buffy meets chicken run.
Feathers are the new rhinestones.
The new word for cool will be jerkin. As in, dude, that's jerkin. Ooh, that's dirty.
This is the epicenter of all trends. We turn your world into one giant TV commercial. But how, you may ask, can our operation be so effective? Sure, these kids have brains like Play-Doh just waiting to be molded into shape, but something else must be going on, right? The Chinese guy knows what I'm talking about. To answer some of your questions, we've produced a short educational film. Lights!
Hello, I'm Eugene Levy, and yes, I'm an actor. No, I said cappuccino. I'm here to talk to you about something very important. No, it's not about me or my career. I'm here to talk about subliminal messages in rock and roll music, or as it's simply known in some cultures, rock music. You see, for years, the government has been wisely coercing teenagers to buy products they normally wouldn't want just to get their money. Fact, kids don't have bills to pay. Fact, they don't pay taxes. But they do babysit and hold minimum wage jobs that earn them wads of cash as thick as, well, my body of work. But these kids today aren't dumb. They're not going to buy just anything. That's why the government has been planting small subliminal advertising suggestions in today's rock music. The results? We can now get these kids to buy just about anything. We can have them chasing a new trend every week. And that is good for the economy. And what's good for the economy is good for the country. So God bless the United States of America, the most ass-kicking country in the world.
But how can you control the rock bands? What if they find out about the hidden messages in their music?
Ever wonder why so many rock stars die in plane crashes? Overdose on drugs? We've been doing this a long time. If they start to get too curious, our options are endless. Bankruptcy, shocking scandals, religious conversions. We've created a highly rated TV show just to explain what happens to these people.
I don't really have too much else to say on that scene since it really explains it all so well. Next up, the band records their CD, which makes #1 on the charts.
Well, he looks at me with those innocent eyes and says it looks like you're wearing some kind of disguise because your hair sticks up, your shoes are untied. I hope that you got that shirt at half price.
Does anyone else think it's a little strange that all this happened in a week?
No! But is it as kind of cool as playing your own stadium concert? Oops! I promised Fiona she could tell you. Damn.
Operation Big Concert, where we finally take things to the next level. When Josie and the Pussycats play their stadium concert, all the kids in the audience, as well as the ones watching at home, will have to purchase these. A demonstration. This is what those kids think they're hearing on those headsets. And this is what they're really hearing.
Conform! Free will is overrated! Jump on the bandwagon!
I don't think Josie will play without her friends.
Oh, I think we might persuade her. Next, and behind the music, Josie suffers a tragic loss.
So the people behind Mega Records decide to kill the other 2 Pussycats.
We're gonna be on TRL?
Mm-hmm.
Do I get a touch, Carson?
Any way you like.
This is not Total Request Live. It's more like Total Request Dead.
Meanwhile, Josie listens to a special CD made for her to mind control her into becoming more obedient while her 2 friends are supposed to be killed.
No way! My favorite movie is Lady and the Tramp.
When the dogs are eating spaghetti and they share the same piece?
And their noses touch!
You know, if I wasn't a key player in this whole conspiracy to brainwash the youth of America with pop music, like, we could totally date.
You think?
Oh, yeah. God, it'd be so cool.
Josie figures out that there's a hidden track on her CD made to brainwash her.
A solo career. You could have your own primetime TV series. We could call it Josie and run it right after Will and Grace.
Wyatt put them on there. To brainwash me.
Dum dum dum. Ooh, brainwashing. Ooh, help, we're being brainwashed. Diet Coke is the new Pepsi One.
Everything. People dressing alike, buying the same stuff. I sold it to them. I'm a trend pimp.
Josie shows up at the concert to find her friends captured.
Wyatt, why don't you show these 2 lovely young ladies what we have for them this evening?
Hi, I'm Serena Alchel with MTV Breaking News. The Josie and the Pussycats debut concert was unexpectedly canceled when an automobile exploded in the stadium parking lot. The passengers were identified as Valerie Brown and Melody Valentine, 2 of the founding members of the popular rock band. Investigators on the scene were quoted as saying the 2 died a slow, fiery death inside the 4-wheeled hell pit.
So to wrap it all up, a fight ensues and the subliminal message machine is broken and the government steps in to shut it all down.
Sorry, Fiona, but they're onto us and somebody's got to take the fall.
You bastard!
Besides, after the concert, we were going to shut down your entire operation anyway. We found that subliminal messages work much better in movies.
Josie and the Pussycats is the best movie ever.
So the Pussycats are now able to have their show mind control free, While this movie doesn't really get too deep into the conspiracy, it does point out how almost everything in this industry is completely controlled, and at least in part how subliminal messages are used. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.